Look at what he inherited. We were terrible. We were just losing games, drawing games all the time, 30% win rate. We were nowhere realistically near the top three. He's come in, he's got Mainoo playing football, he's got us scoring goals, he's got us in the top three, we've got Champions League football, the crowd's absolutely buzzing. He hasn't spent any money, he inherited a pretty average squad and turned it into a much better one. All the other main managers have spent a shitload of money and have been there for years, and none of them have won out yet, other than Pep, who's won a League Cup. So, there you go.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is Off the Bar. My name is Joe. That is Stephen Howson. That is Jay Marty. That is Adam McKola. And I think this has just got to be the Michael Carrick episode, on it?
For a change.
Yeah. But it's now that we know he's going to be Man United's permanent boss. And I think we need to look at the good, the bad, and what to actually expect from Michael Carrick.
And when's he getting sacked?
And when's he getting sacked. All of it. So we found out this week that Michael Carrick is going to be getting the permanent job, or that Wilcox and Barada are going to recommend him to Jim Ratcliffe, and it would be absolutely insane if he went, don't care.
It's 50-50, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, our man Sully Talks has just tweeted saying United plan to offer Carrick an initial contract of 2 years until June, with a 1 year option to extend.
So there we go. So it's looking like a 3-year deal, essentially, as far as United are concerned.
That's
Obviously,
what I
that
said
doesn't
we
mean
should
too much, but just quick reaction to that, first of all, Steve. Is that what you kind of expected, 2 years with an optional third?
I don't know what I expected, to be honest, in terms of a contract. I mean, every contract we've given a gaffer, has it been like 3, 5, 6 years? Like, what was that?
They normally sign like a 3 or 4, and then halfway in we go, fucking hell, he's good, and then give him the contract for 6 years.
And then sack him 3 weeks later. I think 2 is, with a +1, it's pretty sensible, actually. What's happened?
I don't know.
We are a bit sensible now,
A bit
isn't
weird,
it?
isn't it? Us being sensible.
When we're not sacking everybody that works at the club.
Do you think he sees it out?
See, the problem is, the odds are, if you're just playing, you know, when you got blackjack, you're playing to the rule book. You answer now. The correct answer is no. But then what's the point in that?
But we live in hope.
Exactly.
I think he signs
does
a new
out.
contract before the end of next season.
10 years.
4-year deal.
And then we sack him 4 months after that.
Now, we won't sack him 4 months after we win the league, though, will we?
No.
It's a bit mad, that.
That is a bit mad. Do you think he sees it out?
I think he sees a couple contracts out.
Imagine.
He's in full giddy mode, isn't he?
What were Fergie's contracts like? I can't really remember. How often was he signing?
You just do.
He had a rolling one, didn't he, in the end?
But was it like 1 year at a time?
He had a bit of an issue with
like whenever he wanted to go.
He had a dispute, didn't he, with Martin Edwards, because Martin Edwards wasn't giving him as much as other managers, and Fergie went to George Graham, got George Graham's contracts off him.
This is
took it to Martin
1994,
Edwards. No, that's what I mean, early 90s. And he was getting and he said, look, that's the contract that George Graham's got.
I'm pretty sure it was just a rolling one, 27, 8 onwards.
Yeah.
He was like, presumably he was the one he had to ask if he could have a new contract anyway. Like, it'd be mad that anyone would ever tell him, no, you're not having a new deal.
I think him and David Gill sat down and just was like, you're employed here indefinitely.
I think it's like Pep.
He would have had a contract though, surely. It wouldn't have just
but I think it was like...
I'm sure in his book he talks about getting a contract to show Martin Edwards to get a deal.
That's 1994. I think once the Glazers were here and he's established as Sir Alex Ferguson, I think he was kind of just... He was here until when he resigned. Like there wasn't a contract to see out by then. It was a rolling contract. So I guess.
Did he still have time left on his contract when he retired?
That's what I mean. Surely there was a contract.
I don't know. I think it was like a rolling thing. So it was like every year, come August the 1st, it gets extended till June 30th or whatever.
But he would have wanted more money, right? Less money, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but obviously everyone's just talking about his current
it's just searching
contract.
his ambassador contract, isn't it?
If you try Fergie signs a new deal or something, would that not come up?
So, under a contract that guaranteed to remain the highest paid person at Man United, obviously, is in the final stage of his contract. Yeah, I don't actually know. I'll try and find it, but it's going to take a minute to find.
Fraudulent fan channel don't even know when Sir Alex Ferguson signed all his contracts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it is one of those things that it just goes there was no chance of him ever leaving unless he wanted to, was there? So
when Rooney got the big fat one, there was a clause inserted into it. Contract.
What?
No, nothing untoward, nothing blue, right?
Yeah.
When Rooney got the big fat one, they put a clause in Fergie's contract that he would basically match whatever the top player one was.
He signed a contract extension in February 2002 that kept him until 2005.
Okay.
So that was when he was going to retire. And then after that, it's just updates.
Wung it.
Yeah, it's hard to find the answers after that because Google's shit and it just tells you he signed Zaha in 2012 and you're like, I'm not asking about that.
After 2004, he did what you said, a 12-month rolling contract.
There we go.
As agreed after 2004. Starts in June 2005 when his present contract runs out, and that seems like the last time.
So he did
was a
basically a
rolling
decade
contract.
of just
Yeah.
I'll do another year. I mean, you get to that point. That's what Pep's at City, isn't it? It's just we know we're not going to get anyone better than you, so just stay as long as you want.
At City, Pep would want more. He'd want a longer deal just in case shit hit the fan.
I think he is on a
Then you
rolling
get
contract
paid
with
out.
Pep. Pep is. He does a new 1 year deal every year. So I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it?
The
I mean,
last time
obviously,
he signed it. Oh no, you're right. Sorry, yeah, 2004. Yeah.
so
No, but surely it would have been a rolling contract, but there would have been renegotiation periods because his wages in 2004.
yeah, it will have changed.
No, it would have gone. I think he
would
would have, like you were saying, he would always have been the highest paid person at the club.
Once Rooney got his contract,
Yeah,
then
goes up.
Fergie sat down with the Glazers and went, I think I should be paid the same as the highest paid player. And it's in his book that, and he basically they went fucking sound. And that was that. So that probably, whatever the rolling contract was, there was probably just that extra clause busted in. And it's like, right, if anyone's wage goes up, his goes up. And he's like,
Robbo had a similar thing, didn't
sound.
he? When he signed his mega 7-year deal in the 80s, he was always
Parity.
guaranteed to be the
Parity,
highest paid player at the club, even when he wasn't even first team anymore.
Right, lads, just a second, because speaking of people who make lots of money, I want to introduce you to today's sponsor who aims to help you do just that.
Today's episode is sponsored by Refund Club. The FCA recently confirmed that millions of car finance agreements from 2007 to 2021 were missold due to hidden commission deals. An estimated 8.2 billion is owed back to approximately 14 million UK drivers. And Refund Club have built a free 60-second check that tells you if you're one of them. Now, you can do this yourself, track down every finance agreement, contact each lender and manage the ongoing process yourself, or you give Refund Club 60 seconds with your name, date of birth, and they handle the lot. They pull your agreements, check the lenders, and pass anything valid to their in-house law firm. They only get paid if they win you a claim, and only after the money has hit your account. Here's the bit most people miss. If you've had more than one car finance deal in that window, each one is checked separately. So 3 agreements could potentially mean 3 claims. And with the average successful claim around 829 quid per agreement, it stacks up fast. They cover all the major UK lenders: Black Horse, Santander, Moto Novo, Mercedes Finance, Barclays, and many more. Also, importantly, they also have an excellent rating on Trustpilot. I know we all look at the Trustpilot ratings, and theirs is excellent.
So if you're busy and you value your time, instead of putting it on your to-do list for months, let Refund Club do their 60-second check. All you have to do is click the link in the description or use the QR code on screen, scan it, and let them do your free check now. How do you feel on that news that he's going to be the next permanent manager?
I'm relaxed and calm about it all. Like, I'm not overly excited, not giddy.
Is that a worry though?
No. I think it's exactly where we want to be. We don't want to be getting excited. We kind of want to go into this new pre-season and the new season ahead kind of like with a focus on what United need to do and the players we need to bring in and all that kind of stuff. And I think Carrick, much like in his playing days, brings a stability and clarity to your team that I think we need at the moment. You also look at the alternative managers. Oh, fuck, I want to sneeze again. You look at the alternative managers, and there's not many out there, are they, that aren't at the World Cup and busy, unless Luis Enrique wants it. So I think it's a no-brainer to give Michael Carrick the job.
Does that bother you, Steve, that it's a lot of people, and I'm not having to get you for this, Adam, because I think we all feel it a little bit, but it's almost like, well, the alternatives aren't that great. Is that the best reason to do something? Because it could be worse.
That's how I live my entire life.
But surely you do some things you think, this is the perfect scenario, this is incredible, this is exactly what I want to do, rather than the lesser of two evils, to put it in.
No, but this is
slightly
exactly what we
unfair
want
way.
to do.
Well, is it though?
Yeah,
you said
because
about the alternatives.
Yeah, the
aren't any better.
alternatives matter though, right? If you're signing a left back and you go, this guy's the best man in the position for the job,
Is
we
it
can't
Julian
get
Dix
him.
or Maldini?
Yeah, it's like, the options aren't there.
But the way-
what
but
are you
Carrick
going to
isn't-
pick out of options that aren't there?
No, but I'm not saying that. But the point I'm making is, the implication is, if a proper manager or a great manager was available, we'd go for them. And maybe that's just where we are, and maybe that's one of the downsides of sacking managers halfway through the season, because you give people that you didn't want to sign a full contract the chance
But then
to
look at Real Madrid.
make themselves.
They're going back to the Stone Ages. They're bringing Jose Mourinho in.
Yeah.
Does that not tell you that the biggest club in the world want a manager and they've got no idea who to bring in either?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like Real Madrid are now bringing in like Luis Enrique or some other big name that's out there and giving him the job. There isn't many great managers available. Jurgen Klopp is available. He's not going to come to Manchester United. He's not going to go, he's not really available to manage a team at the moment. Ancelotti's extended his deal with Brazil, bit on the old side. Could you bring him in for maybe a year or two? Probably, but you can't get him. Nagelsmann, do you want to go into next season like, next season will be all right because they'll have a pre-season? Because that's how it will be.
Yeah.
Like, this is shit.
Let's write this one off because he didn't have his pre-season.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to be in that position. Who else?
I'm not.
Pochettino?
Nah. But I get what you're saying, but it's almost like that's an argument for why to get Carrick. I agree Carrick is the right person. But I've seen, and maybe that isn't your full position, but I have seen a lot of people say, well, you look at the alternatives, no one's any better. You see my point? No, none of us are sat here jumping up and down giddy the way that we might have been in the past.
By this shit.
Is it? Or is it because there's an element of you know...
I don't think there's necessarily... I'd rather, even if Nagelsmann was available, I'd rather have Carrick.
Okay, good.
I would. I'm sorry, all right, he did well at Hoffenheim, and he got sacked at Bayern Munich, and he's managed Germany to the quarterfinals of the Euros, whatever it was. What did he fucking do? Like, seriously, stop being a hipster. Oh, I want Nagelsmann, do you?
Well, I don't.
Do you know what I mean?
Get on his club-sponsored skateboard.
Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Michael Carrick's come to United twice, done a mint job.
They would do bits in the middle.
Like, and we're sat here going, oh, if we can have the guy that never managed in the Premier League and did okay in Germany, then he was going to do a much better job. Why would he? You don't know that. You know what Carrick can do. He's beaten Arteta twice. He's beaten Pep. He's beaten the Scousers. He knows what he's doing. Chelsea. He's got us third. He's beaten Chelsea, if that counts anymore.
Emery.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly. Emery. Like, he's done everything he can do. The best he could have done was get us third, and he's done it. And people are still going, oh, well, what about Ollie? But you could say that about any manager. You could say, well, let's not get the experienced manager, because we had that with Louis van Gaal. Let's not get the manager that's won the Premier League, because we had that with Jose and it didn't work out. Let's not get the young up-and-coming manager, because we had that with Amorim. Every type of manager we've had. So comparing Carrick to Ollie, which some people have started to do,
also,
is irrelevant.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Exactly.
Ollie was fucking mint.
We finished third and second. Like, that's
People
that's the golden era.
People kind of go, after Ollie's interim period, he went, shit. No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
Finished third and then second.
Shitload of semis and finals.
Exactly. Wasn't that far off.
I had a semi since. And that's the problem. What about you, Steve?
You got to mess with the top a bit.
Okay, fair enough. I've been working the base. What about you, Steve? How do you feel in terms of the overall excitement for Carrick? Do you feel is there an energy there, a sort of pro Carrick energy, or is
personally?
Yeah. Trophy. How do you feel about?
I feel tired today.
Yeah.
I think the fan base is quite almost checked out a little bit. It feels like there's obviously corners of Twitter where it's the greatest or worst thing in the world at the same time. I think most of the fan base is like, he's done all right. Fuck it.
But the atmosphere at Old Trafford's fucking big at the moment.
But I see that. That's what I'm trying to get across. And is there a worry in that lack of excitement?
No, because I had my dick out when we signed Jose and it didn't go to plan. So, like, and I had my dick out when we signed Louis and it didn't go to plan.
And Amorim.
And yeah, but I might have messed with it a little bit when it was Amorim. Like, nah, not as much. You know, even David Moyes, I was optimistic we were champions. That didn't really go to plan.
Remember when we beat Swansea 4-1?
Yeah, it was on.
Yeah,
fucking carry on as normal. Don't fucking worry about it.
Oh my God.
21 is, that's when he said 21 is coming for the first time. It was 12 fucking years ago. 13 years ago.
That is when I said 21 is coming for the first time. Evidence on Facebook. I had a memory once on Facebook. And it was like...
That's literally as early as you could have said it.
It's a whole person's life away. Fuck.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, fucked it. So, I don't know. Look, whether or not we're excited or not excited, doesn't really fucking matter, does it? Because what will be, will be.
Maybe it's the lack of surprise in all this. He's done a good job. He's the right man for the job, so he's got it. Maybe that's part of it.
Yeah.
Because Amorim was a bit out of the blue, wasn't it? And it's like, right, Amorim, okay. I'm not saying it's the right idea. Obviously, it was a disaster. But there's none of that. It's like it's been leading up to this almost since we beat City. Yeah. People were going, he's the guy.
Yeah.
And he's carried it on. So there's never been any jeopardy where you're going, oh, actually, or there's not been another candidate where you go, like Luis Enrique's just quit PSG, let's get him. It's like you kind of knew it was going to be Carrick from like February.
It didn't really feel like there was loads of like
a little bit.
Interviews or presentations or like serious like talks. Even the leaks that they sat down with Areola. So you had a fucking McVitie's and a cup of tea. Like it didn't feel like they interrogated him.
No, and he doesn't
Also-
feel like that guy either.
I think a lot of excitement with new players and new managers comes from that. Oh, this is how his team will play, and these are players that he'll sign, and a lot of it is before a ball's been kicked. Like we've seen Carrick kick ball for us as a manager. You know what I mean? Like so, a lot of that unknown stuff is like, oh, this is how Man United will play if we bring in Amorim, or like that's where a lot of the excitement comes from, and like we do videos about that, do really well. People love to see that kind of shit, but we've seen it for the last 6 months.
Yeah,
like we kind of know, and look, I think there's more to come from Carrick, and if you look at his Borough side to the way we're playing now, it's probably not a lot of similarities, and you imagine you want to do different things, but what the hell is that? Is that a yawn?
I've been dentist my teeth hurt.
I agree with that. The thing people like the most is potential. It's not actually
unknown.
the doing of the thing. It's the looking forward to it. That's why booking a holiday is more fun than being on holiday.
No.
Yes.
Get a fucking grip, Joe.
No, I completely disagree. When you're there, you're just you but too hot. Holidays are so overrated. I honestly.
Meanwhile, Joe's sitting there like on Booking.com, like.
No, it's like, oh, not long now. Oh, the weekend I'm going on holiday. Oh, I can't wait for this 2 weeks and then I'm going on holiday. Can't
No,
wait for this.
dickhead.
And then I get
Mine's
there
first time
and
when
I'm
I
too
go
hot
fucking-
and I'm pouring water over my head.
Dos cervezas,
and I'm
por
sat
favor.
in the hotel room thinking it's 42 degrees out there and I feel sick.
That's because you're wearing a Carhartt jacket.
This is what. Yeah.
You don't even know any fucking spark plugs are in a diesel engine.
Yeah, I do. I got oil on me the other day.
How many spark plugs are in a diesel engine?
In fairness, it
How
was
many spark
avocado
plugs
oil.
in a 4-cylinder diesel engine.
8.
None. Idiot. Carry on.
Well, the
Spark
interesting.
plugs are class, you know.
You are.
Spark plugs, they're fucking mint.
Yeah,
When
and
I was a
obviously,
kid, I love a spark
My
and
mate
obviously,
used to have a car, but he used
famously,
to have-
mechanics
every time
always
he
wear
started,
Carhartt jackets.
Before he had started, he had to take his spark plug out and rub it.
You know, if you
he needs a new car.
You know,
is
if
what
you
he
chip-
needs.
When we were 17.
You know, if you chip like a little full stop's worth of,
Is that true?
I've done it.
Wow.
How you think I used to-
even finish the sentence.
How
like
you think
that.
I used to smash windows?
Oh,
when I was
the
a kid?
window
sure.
smashing from
Is it real?
It's in it because it's ceramic or something.
Something like that.
But it's
Yeah.
so
So you
great
don't even know
because
what they're made
windows
of.
just shatter. They don't
That's
break
class,
through, so
that.
there's no noise.
Yeah.
You don't even
Because they're
have to run
designed
off.
not to
You just
turn
go-
into big shards that go through your
just go-
neck.
So if you want anyone windows doing in,
Right, little problem.
But back to,
child,
back
Give me
to
a
my
shout.
fully correct point that everyone agreed with, that booking a holiday is better than being on holiday.
Yeah, the one that everyone
The
loves.
anticipation for a lot of things is often better than the reality, is what I'm trying to say. To
When
the point
you're in
where-
town, yeah.
To the point, yeah, of course. I mean, no one even anticipates it. But to the point where you see Man City, who are
do it.
on for winning a Premier League potentially, can't sell out their own stadium 2 weeks before the end of the season.
Joe, that's just City.
Oh yeah, good point, yeah. But like you said, Carrick is here. We already know what's going on with him. We know that it's good. We know that he wins loads of games. And actually, more people, or it seems though a lot of people are trying to find reasons why he's shit, why that winning 69% of your matches isn't good enough, rather than getting excited about the future under Michael Carrick. Because once the reality starts, you just go back to your old pessimistic self, looking for the problems. Well, yeah, but they weren't 90-minute performances. We didn't deserve to win that one, etc., etc. So I think it is exactly that. He's been here for so long and he's done so well. People are almost going, let's find the problems rather than be excited
People want
about
to be
it.
clever as well, man. It's like when people used to say, fucking Bruno was the problem, you should play Donny van der Beek.
Yeah.
People always want to be the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
It's like, you're too thick to understand why Ruben Amorim's working. This isn't shit you're watching, it's mint.
Yeah.
You just don't understand it.
The fact we only won 30% of games is what everyone's looking at.
And it's
But
always that
actually-
element. He's won nearly all these games, or 69% win rate, or whatever it is. We've got Champions League football. Everyone's playing well. He's got the best out of certain players who look done. And it's like, well, actually, he's not good enough. You just don't see it. What the fuck are you on about, man? It's obvious.
Yeah.
Come on.
Do you think he can win?
that
a
reminds me of
Premier
one of
League?
my favourite lines that got cut from the overlap.
Go on. Their loss is our game.
It's like Gary Neville said, I think it was Gary Neville, but someone said, the Glazers now only own 69% of United. And I went, that's fitting, because they've been fucking us. And
Nice.
we got cut out. But
Mate.
I really wanted it to stay in.
I could have stayed in that.
Should have stayed in.
Yeah.
Well, it's staying here anyway.
Bastards.
But the implication there, though, is that you're sucking them as well.
Well, we have been.
Have you? You know you didn't have to do that.
Metaphorically, we
Oh,
have
of course, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Metaphorically, they've been coming all over us.
Okay, let's move on from
Absolutely
that.
shagging our faces.
There's also this thing with Carrick about the idea that he might be the for now guy, the guy before the guy. People saying that he can get us to a point where we're stable and we're ready to go, and then you bring in the guy that wins the league. Realistically, that doesn't ever happen because no manager gets sacked when you finish second. They get sacked when it's all gone wrong and you finish sixth. So by the time they leave, everything's unstable again anyway. But do you think there could be something in, Jay, this idea that he comes in, gets the club nearly there, but he's not quite a good enough manager, and then you get Enrique to top things up and start winning trophies?
Not really, because I feel there's an element of, if he gets the club nearly there, you're going to want to stick with him and let him see it through.
Yeah.
Arteta's got Arsenal nearly there, and it looks like he's finally going to get them over the line. Like, some managers are building something, they're working towards it. So I think if Michael Carrick gets us third again, or second, you're going to go, well, he's got us nearly there, let's get rid of him now and bring in someone who's going to get us to first. I think that'd be a mistake. I think the only reason you get rid of him is if he goes backwards. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it's almost...
Which will be next year, because we're competing on two fronts.
Well, it might be. But I think he deserves the chance. He deserves the chance to be given... You know, people were saying after we finished 15th, give the manager a pre-season, give him some signings and see what he can do. We've just finished third under this manager. Surely he deserves the same time and patience and respect. Like, give him the chance, and then we can see where we're at. And if it does fail, if it doesn't work out, then okay, you can say it made sense to try him. But if it does, and he's building something that's moving forward, he's getting the best out of players, the young players are coming through. I'd hate to see us get rid of him then and go, well, you didn't win a title within 2 years. You can look how far we are away from where we need to be. I think as long as we're sort of finishing there or thereabouts, stick with him.
On that point you mentioned there, Steve, the idea that as a sort of net result, Man United can improve and go forward next season whilst potentially finishing 5th, 6th or 7th. But because we're going to have probably anywhere between 15 and 20 more games, how is that expectation going to sort of align with the kind of slack that Carrick's given next year? Because that's going to be a tough one, I think.
I don't think he'll get it. I think he should, but he won't, because it's the way the cookie crumbles and the way the fan base is. I think I think if he came exactly third and we hit quarterfinals of the Champions League, I think you'd have to go, okay, because I didn't. Right now, is our squad capable of that?
Probably not.
Not the squad we've got now.
Right.
We struggled when was it the West Ham game? We had 2 games in a week.
So we need everyone to have that perspective come 11-month time.
Right.
When we're third, and you go, we haven't gone forward, but we haven't gone backwards, and we've had an extra 50% of games to play. Like, that's a fucking win. You know, we've managed to add to the squad. Now we've got a window coming up in 6 weeks where we can add even more to it. It's a longer window because there's no European or international football. Let's see if we can then kick on in his second permanent season. But I think there's a very strong risk that it does have a dip because of the volume of games. We're going to have to see him rotate more, which maybe he's more used to than I'm giving him credit, because the Championship you can't do that. And I didn't know enough about Middlesbrough and how often he could rotate, and how much he trusted the players he could rotate into. He's going to need some kids to come through, minimum like 2, minimum. Yeah. And he's going to need like 4 or 5 signings. It's a fucking
I think it's 5 or 6
window.
signings.
Probably.
But if we get the right signings as well, it's easier to rotate, right? Like because at the moment our problem is we just haven't got the quality on the bench.
Yeah.
So let's say we do get those 5 or 6 signings. Let's imagine they're on the bench, right? All of a sudden you can rotate in and out.
Because let's look at this season. Luke Shaw, Casemiro and Burmo, Cunha, Sesko, most of them have been available for almost every game. I know they've had Cunha missed a couple and Burmo went to AFCON and Casemiro missed 1 or 2. But generally they've been available for 90+% of the games.
Sesko hasn't, unfortunately.
Sesko's been available for most of them now. He's been on the bench a lot, but he's not missed a lot through injury.
But I think if you remember the point that the reason he wasn't really starting games and stuff was because he was carrying injuries.
Yeah, so there's little bits, but my general point is those players, one won't even be here, but there's no way Luke Shaw is available for 100% of next season's games. That's just impossible. He's
probably the player, and Casemiro, those are the 2 players that have been helped the most by us.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. So even if he's available for all 38 Premier League games again, which I don't think he will be, he's certainly not going to be available for all of them and all the Champions League and all the Cup games the way he basically has been this season. So the rotation thing is absolutely massive, and that's before you even factor in injuries and the fact that you might have disproportionately more injuries now because of the extra competitions we've been in. Like, I know it's more fun to just take the piss out of Tottenham and say they're a shambles, but they've had basically 11 players injured for almost every week this season. That can be the difference. As we know from last season, you don't have to be that much worse to finish 15th in the Premier League. Every fucking game's a 2-1 to someone. So if you're on the wrong side of 5 2-1s in a row, you're in the relegation zone. We've obviously got better under Carrick, but we've not got so much better that you can see how we've got 13 or 12 places better than last year. It's just fine margins in the Premier League does huge things.
And I think
so. There's a good chance. I think we finish. Sorry, Jay.
No,
that we finish 5th, 6th, or 7th next year, but are overall a better team than this year. But I think, like you said, Steve,
No, 5th, 6th, or 7th is a disaster.
exactly. And I think he'd go. But I think we can have roughly the same amount of good performances, do well across multiple competitions, handle more injuries, have to rotate more, do more sort of good management, and still end up getting sacked. I think it's a really hard year for Carrick next year. I think that's where Ineos have to come in and sort it out.
But I don't think there's a manager out there that would be able to sort of solve all those problems.
No,
if he's
agree.
not back properly, I don't think there's a manager you go, well, if he came in and we went back him, he'd be all right. Like, it's all about the transfers, isn't it? They've got to back him properly. And I think the fact we're in the Champions League and the fact that we are going to get some player sales done in terms of Rashford, and it looks like he's going, but I know it's not a lot, but it's pure profit.
Yeah.
Højlund's done, innit? He's going. You're probably going to get something, not a lot, for Ugarte and getting Casemiro off the wage bill as well. There's going to be some money made there, plus the money getting from the Champions League. I'd expect United to spend upwards of 200 odd million. And I know that's difficult to buy 6 players, like Michael was saying, but you'd expect some level of sort of investment, if you can call it that.
And yeah, the minute some of our rotations in certain positions are just so far, like
Falling off a cliff, man.
Ahmad to Mbeumo or Ahmad to Cunha. Obviously, it's maybe a bit of a drop off this season, but there's a general similarity of quality there. But Casemiro to Ugarte is a huge drop off.
It's night and
massive,
day, innit? It's
yeah.
huge. Even like, it wouldn't happen because Bruno's never injured, but even if you went from like Bruno to Mount, I think it's a massive
It's a big drop off. Yeah, and you have to
We
limit
need to have a
that.
word about Mount, man.
I think you need
Quite
to
possibly
chat to
one of
him.
Is the word exit?
Quite possibly one of the worst signings. And look, I got nothing against Mason Mount. I actually quite like him, and I think he's a very good player when available. But boy, oh boy, has that been a bad signing. I think that might top Anthony as the worst signing we've ever made.
No.
Yes.
Why?
Mate, Anthony, for as shit as useless as the prick was, scored a winner against Barcelona or something.
He also
but-
played quite often.
Mason Mount's got no redeeming factors to him being at the club. What has he done?
That's true. No, I agree with that. But Anthony did cost 40 million quid more.
no,
it wasn't.
20 million more.
No, Anthony
Mason Mount was 60 million quid.
Depends
no,
on what I read.
I don't think we paid 60 million for Mason
Between-
Mount.
It was 55 to 60 million with add-on.
And Anthony was what, 90?
Million? No, it
it was
wasn't.
80
It was 80 million euros. So Anthony's.
Anthony.
They're very close in price.
No, they're not.
They are. And
82 million quid, 95 million euros. For Anthony.
Mason Mount.
So
We give him the number 7 shirt.
yeah,
He's been disrespecting that for the whole couple of years as well.
It's been terrible. I'm
He's
not
never
saying-
available. He's on a decent wedge as well.
Yeah,
Like
bad.
we could have got him for free a year later. You have to factor that into it.
Wasn't it about 12 games he played for us?
Yeah, but then we would have lost those 12 games, Steve. If we'd not.
We probably fucking did.
We might have lost those 12 games.
Yeah.
Like, I like Mason
I get
Mount.
your point.
In an ideal world, because we're not going to get rid of him this summer, he stays fit and he can help out this team. And look, his Champions League experience, he's won the Champions League, all that stuff.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic player, but he's not available.
He just feels doomed to me, Mason Mount. There's something about him at United. It's just, I don't even think it's his fault.
He'll be at Everton.
It's just something going on with him, I think. He just can't catch a break.
And sorry, I know not to make this about like Anthony or whatever. Man United have signed Brazilian winger Anthony from Ajax. This is the BBC for an initial fee of 95 million euros.
The Ballon d'Or clause.
That is so insane, isn't it? That we
That's
did
still on
that.
the cards.
Corrupts is what
The
it is.
deal, which includes a potential 5 million of add-ons, so up to 100 million
He's
euros.
getting backhanders there.
Can you imagine
We
Van der
know-
Sar when he got that email?
Oh, mate, he's fucking laughing. Him. They must love him at Ajax.
He must have fell off his chair.
They sold us fucking Van der Beek and sent us a letter saying, look after him, the cheeky twats.
Yeah, they did.
Do you know what I mean? Not just you can have him who's crap for 40 million, but make sure you look after him.
100 million euro
We'll
deal.
look after him. Fucking boot him into the canal.
That's amazing, isn't it? Carrick's been nominated for manager of the year, for Premier League manager.
Right,
of
they
the
should
year.
win it.
You know.
Realistically, since he's been appointed, he's been the best manager.
So therefore, he should win.
In 2026, he's the greatest manager alive.
Exactly, and that's
So-
what it's about.
I said manager of the year, but it's obviously it's manager of
It
the
is
season.
2026,
really.
right?
No, it's manager of the season.
What year is it now?
2026.
There you go, then.
In terms of like per 90,
Right.
he should win it.
Yeah.
But
It'd be hilarious if he did.
I
be
love
so
it.
good.
He doesn't really deserve it, but I would fucking trumpet it like it meant something.
Imagine we
Would
got
it?
player and manager of the season.
That'd be so good. It'd
And
be
young
better if
player.
Arsenal
Is it on a
won
vote?
it,
Is it
won
on
the
a vote?
title
Yeah,
and
is
we
it on
won
a
it.
vote? Is it on a public
it's,
vote?
I think
know player is.
it's not just on it. It's one of those like it's a hybrid. So
It's
the
like
vote
Eurovision.
your
Like
percent.
that.
Yeah.
Is it when
Yeah.
they look how utterly jacked the vote got? They go, absolutely not.
Suddenly the public vote only counts for 25% of the actual vote.
Yeah.
I think it's something like that anyway. But imagine he got it. Imagine if for once it was United where we went, I can't believe they give us that. How good's that? Imagine we just got Mainoo Young Player of the Year.
Absolutely David Ginola the shit out
Yeah,
of them.
and it's just like, instead of going, oh, why has our player been rejected? We just go, fucking hell, Carrick won Manager of the Year, Mainoo Young Player, and Bruno won Player of the Year.
Why don't he deserve it then?
Because he
No, genuinely.
because in fairness, he was on holiday for the first half of the season.
And what?
He went on holiday.
Where was he?
He's been grafting.
Oh,
He's
right,
revising.
okay.
He's been getting ready for the moment.
Yeah, he's been in the gym.
Yeah.
He's been in the shop.
Yeah, but since he's come in, he's smashed it. Bro.
Yeah, I know, but that's
And he hasn't, all the other managers spent loads of dough.
Yeah. He spent zero.
Yeah. Arteta spent $500 million in the summer. Pep spent about the
but they
GDP of a small country.
they shouldn't win.
Like,
Slot won the league and spent 650 million.
Thank
Well, he's
you.
not nominated though, is
Exactly,
he? What's
yeah.
that got to do with anything?
Is
Do
it-
you know what I mean?
league,
Who else is there?
Regis Liberis.
He spent 100
Who
million.
the fuck's that?
He's Sunderland's manager.
Regis La Circumcision.
Yeah. Regis
What have they
Philbin.
done?
Yeah, exactly.
They've just given us the most boring game of football ever. Yes, United were part of it, but it doesn't matter.
They're 12th.
Then you got Andoni, that's it.
Oh, fucking
And
hell,
Andoni
mate.
Iraola,
Hang on a minute.
who has done a
Let's be
fantastic
real.
job.
Yeah,
he's class.
fucking...
But he also went 12 games without winning
Exactly.
Yeah, but he's currently on a 16-game unbeaten run.
Yeah, how many of them were
one.
draws?
Well, ipso facto,
Who
balance
cares?
it out.
They're sixth in the league.
Balance that out. What is it?
Yeah.
And Keith Andrews is a
Oh,
set
mate,
piece
what?
coach.
Come on,
getting
mate.
Brentford European football.
Ireland's finest.
I mean, you know, he did well, but come on. It's got, like...
How did you see Celtic?
Yeah.
See Celtic.
Yeah, that was
Stonewall
funny, that.
penalty, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
But it was a penalty. You're
I-
telling me
I'm
it's
gonna
not
be honest,
penalty?
I don't fucking care.
Was it? You need to get out of this mood, Steve.
Yeah.
Give him a hug, Joe.
Someone's got a case of the Mondays, and it's Thursday.
Don't hug me.
Hug him. Go on, Joe. Get in there.
No.
Should we all
You've
give-
got a 2-second
Let's all give Steve a hug.
time with Steve. We haven't done our photo either. Make sure we do that.
Come on, Stephen.
Get involved. Come on, because if he swings, I've got a 1 in 3 chance it won't be me.
Let's bring him.
I got 3 limbs.
Yeah, that's the point.
Sticking everything else.
I married him that to me the other day.
Not did you? It's my
Mate,
boy.
He keeps slapping me, yeah. So I grabbed both his hands and he went, "But."
Oh, man,
And
have
I
you
thought,
ever been proud
Stop
of?
watching
Impressive.
Uncle Stephen.
Yeah.
Very impressive, but also, where you get that from? Are you on Stephen Patrick Harson's Patreon by chance?
He's got only on card. That's the biggest worry. He's paying for Steve's Patreon.
Yeah, boy.
Who do you think genuinely deserves to?
I
win?
genuinely think Michael Carrick deserves it. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Stop swearing.
Keith Andrews.
Stop swearing at Joe. Have you seen how Joe gets all the sympathy in the comments, by the way?
Oh, he does, doesn't he? He's not right. Okay.
Just trying to keep
I'm
it all
sorry
on
for swearing
track.
it.
Bore
Right.
off. You
Sorry,
lot bore
Joe.
off. You bore off.
Sorry.
Fucking spark
I
plug.
won't swear. I genuinely believe Michael Carrick deserves to be manager of the season.
30 seconds to make the argument.
Go on, Jay.
Look
Right.
down there.
Okay. Look at what he inherited. We were terrible. We were just losing games, drawing games all the time. 30% win rate. We were nowhere realistically near the top 3. He's come in. He's got Mainoo playing football. He's got us scoring goals. He's got us in the top 3. We've got Champions League football. The crowd's absolutely buzzing. He hasn't spent any money. He inherited a pretty average squad and turned it into a much better one. All the other main managers have spent a shitload of money and have been there for years, and none of them have won out yet, other than Pep, who's won a League Cup. So there you go.
I'm just looking at Brentford's transfers this summer.
Why are you doing that?
I'm just.
All right. I
checking.
guarantee they've spent more money than Michael Carrick.
Presidential debates
They've
don't get
definitely spent
fact
more
checked.
money.
Then you're fact checking Jay
Yeah,
Martin.
no, go on, it's
They
fair.
do get fact checked.
Go on. How much have they spent?
Not in a moment.
No, probably not these days. It's
Well
just
done, Jay.
loading and that.
Well done, Jay.
So they
Thank
sold
you.
158 million quid worth of players
Right.
and bought 100 million's worth.
Right.
So they spent 258
technically
million.
They spent minus 50.
Well, they've spent money though.
Yeah,
They've made
but
transfers.
you could argue they had their squad torn apart.
And you could argue they've still spent money and
They've spent
changed
money.
the squad. He's not had the option of doing that. They've chosen to do that. He hasn't.
Well, yeah, but what you could argue is that Keith
He
Andrews,
inherited a team,
Keith
yeah?
Andrews didn't choose to have his best
And
players
also,
taken
where's
out.
Keegan Andrews in the league?
Way up there.
Where is he?
Is Keith Andrews your dad or something? Where are you getting
I
that?
don't
Go on,
even-
go on.
I don't- I
Where's
don't
Keith
even- I
Andrews in
don't
the
even want
league?
Keith Andrews
Is
to win it, I'm
is
just-
he above Carrick?
He's not above Carrick.
Okay, now do the
Right.
table from when Carrick got
Has
in.
he won any of the
He's
cups that he was in? Because Carrick wasn't given the opportunity in cups. Has he won any cups?
Well, Carrick hasn't won any either.
no,
has
because
he?
he wasn't in any. He wasn't.
Yeah,
Has he
but-
won any?
No.
Right, so he's not won any trophies, even though he was in
Neither's
some.
Carrick.
No,
to be
but
fair.
Carrick couldn't.
Well, he won the league.
Right,
Could have won
well,
that.
could he? I don't think.
Well, he has
technically
since he's been here. He has.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
I want Carrick to win
built
it.
the squad himself and the team.
No, he's not done
Yeah,
that.
he has.
No, he
Just
hasn't.
say how
He's been in one
he
season.
sold and bought 258
He
million quid's
didn't
worth
do
of
that.
players.
Do you think he wanted to sell his three best
He's got
players?
£250 million worth of transfers, and you're saying he's not made that squad.
He's not as
about?
He's not
I
as
love
a-
how me and Jay added those two numbers up.
So
Yeah.
losing like
He
his
lost.
best players.
He lost all his
becomes
best
a positive
players.
for him.
Yeah.
He's sold Brian and Bumo, and that's what he's done.
He
Come
wanted
on.
to get rid of Brian and
Yeah,
Bumo.
he said, and Bumo, you're out the door, mate.
And he went, captain,
See,
gone.
Yeah.
what I would agree with is he's the only manager on this list, other than I guess Arteta, that hasn't had any bad spells. So if you'd have stopped the league 6 weeks ago, Brentford, Brighton, and Bournemouth would all be fucking miles behind.
Right.
Can't give
Like-
it Arteta. He's ruined football.
Yeah, I don't think give it Arteta. I think you can't give it Pep because he hasn't even won the league
And he cheats.
and he cheats.
And he's bold. I mean, no, I'm not sorry, Jay.
Regis Labregis has done pretty well, to be
Yeah,
fair.
fuck it, give it him.
Just the breach.
Getting them,
Can't make people.
getting them promoted and then staying up
hell.
when everyone thought they were just.
All right, let's
flops.
rank him.
Bottom is Pep, I think. I think. Well, right. So here are the options:
I love that.
Keith Andrews,
Love
Arteta,
that.
Carrick, Pep,
Bottom is Pep.
Iraola, Labrie.
Bottom
Yeah,
is Pep.
no, I agree. Fuck it.
Bottom is Pep.
Bottom
It's,
is
it's
Pep.
expectation to reality. That's
and
what
he
the
signed
award's
11
for.
players in the last 12 months.
Bottom
Fucking
is
right.
Pep, Iraola.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But he's the highest. Other
Then
than
we're going
Lego Ed.
Andrews.
No, Lego Ed.
Yeah,
Because
Lego
of the
Ed.
distress it's caused me this season watching football because
I
of
hate
the
him.
utter shit show that he brought to this
Nah,
fucking
come
team.
on.
He's won the league, though.
Let's not be
What?
too ridiculous.
He's won the league.
barely.
I'm
Yeah.
up-
Third favourite.
But he's done it in a way that's really ruined football
But
forever.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Surely Regis and Philbin, or whatever the fuck his name is, has got to be.
What you call it?
What?
Regis
It's him or Carrick that wins it.
Mate, come on.
Nah,
You
it's...
can't be winning stuff.
Newly
for getting
promoted
Sunderland
teams
12.
all get relegated. He's
But
come
you
up
always
and
have,
booked the
you always
train.
have this one team that now and again, like, just surprise everyone and they get relegated a year later. Like, it happens quite a
Sunderland?
lot.
Yeah, but you can't punish him for getting relegated
No, but
next season.
I'm not saying that.
Well, it's
I'm
not
just saying,
happened yet.
does that make him the best manager in the league this year for finishing 12th, whatever, with Sunderland? I don't think it does.
Yesterday's trophies, tomorrow's prices, today.
Today.
Right. So we're
14
going
stone
Pep at the
in a
bottom,
day.
then Iraola.
Do
I
you know
think
what?
that's harsh because they're sixth.
He
They're
went
in
12
European
games without
spot.
win.
Yeah, but he's
Counts.
16 unbeaten now.
I'm going to be honest with you. I actually don't care.
Yeah, but you can't just say that about everything, Stu. We've got a fucking podcast to make.
Oh, right. I really
He's-
care. All right,
it's
really
Derek.
care.
Realistically, who are you going to have your top three? Sorry.
Let's do it again without the burps.
Lindy Pops. No, leave it in. We don't
Leave
edit.
it, leave it, leave it.
We don't edit.
But we are
Shut the
editing
panic.
anyway.
No, we're leaving it in.
No, we're not. Everything stays in. Top
Giggity.
three.
Labris, Carrick, Andrews.
Andrew's top.
No. Labris.
Is Briss, Carrick,
It's
Andrews?
Arteta, Carrick,
Top three, so what order?
Labris,
One to three.
Andrews.
What were you saying, Jay?
Carrick's the manager.
Who's your
this
top
season.
three?
I'll go. My top three, genuinely, right, is Pep Guardiola.
Really?
Yeah, he's won a trophy. He's you know what I mean.
Yeah, but he's
He's
Premier League manager
there
of the
and
season.
thereabouts.
Was Eddie Howe manager of the month, manager of the season last year when he
No,
won the league?
like, but he's third. It's not like I'm giving him the thing. Second would be Arteta,
thing.
because he's, you know, he might win the league on the Champions League. What do you do? And then top Carrick.
Such a little trophy whore, aren't you?
It's Arteta. Then it's...
I'm being honest and realistic.
Realistically,
about you lot,
Carrick's fourth.
Where you've got fucking
Why is
Keith
Carrick
Andrews.
fourth?
Because Labrie and Keith Andrews have been there the whole season, grafting, grinding. While Carrick was out there doing niche, they were out there making moves.
mate.
You know what I mean? They were out there making moves, bro.
Yeah, they were.
So they have to be top three with Arteta because he's won the league. But Michael Carrick in 2026 is the
I
greatest
can't
Alright,
manager.
but what if-
I can't
what-
believe
but
you
what
put
if-
him fourth.
what if-
He's finished third in the league and you put him fourth.
But what
in
if
this.
Arsenal don't win the league?
Fucking, your man come in with Sunderland.
Yeah, and he backed him to give him Granit Xhaka and a few other people and that. And he's
Yeah,
Name
Wilby
him.
is. They basically
him.
gave him.
Been Robbie there. Have I made that up? Didn't he give him his that other kid?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
I mean, that answers the question in terms of what he's done.
I don't know. I don't know what fucking Sunderland.
What if Arteta doesn't win the league? He can't win it then, can he?
Oh, there's a point.
He's won the league.
No, he hasn't.
No, mate.
It's over.
It's not, though, is
It
it?
See the
actually
team
is-
City put out against Palace, by
It
the way.
actually isn't over.
No.
Yeah.
Mate, they played Palace 2 days before Palace have a cup final, by the way. No way Palace turn up for that.
No.
And they play Burnley. Burnley haven't turned up for a game all season.
Last
Mate.
game of the season, you think they're not going to turn up for that?
Listen,
It's the second
football sometimes doesn't do
Mate,
what
Arsenal
you
are
expect it
champions.
to.
Just
It's
get
like
ready to
birds.
accept it.
Yeah. I think, Carrick won. And then probably just don't worry about it after that.
Good lad.
Do you know what I mean?
Nice one, Joe.
Thanks.
New good line.
Thank you very much. Something else I wanted to talk about while we're here.
Chatty Cathy.
What?
It's literally a podcast here. That's the job. We talk about stuff.
You don't care about what he's going to talk about here?
I'll give it 30 seconds and see where I go.
All right, go on.
Bruno Player of the Year, that's just done, innit? There's no arguments to that.
Oh, we're going to give it to some fucking hipster choice.
Oh, yeah, you'll give it Erling Garland because he's won the league.
You know what I mean?
Great.
Well, no. I gave it Carrick. I'm the only one here, back-time manager.
So the big...
You lot only got fucking Brentford to the top 9.
The ones that are his big rivals are obviously Rice, Gabriel and Raya, probably.
Jesus wept.
Arsenal, like you said, probably going to win the league. One of a very sound defensive season, if not record-breaking one.
Top 3 are as follows.
Go on.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
I think
Gabriel.
I think Raya.
Gabriel and Erling Haaland. It really is that simple.
Gabriel's diving's annoyed me.
Yeah,
But he's been their best player, Steve. Declan Rice only gets shoehorned into it because he's English.
I think Raya's been their best player.
All right, cool.
Can't be giving it a goalie when someone might be breaking the assist record, though.
It's not Declan Henderson.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
No,
he's
no,
been
yeah.
Arsenal's
So
best
you're
player.
saying
Just my thought.
Bruno will be 3rd on your list?
Are you fucking stupid?
Well, I didn't know the order you said it didn't make any sense. Go on.
Obviously, Bruno Fernandes is player of the season.
Right, okay. That's the way you said it made me think.
Why should you
Why are
be
you
caught
trying to
out
throw
now
me under the
by
bus?
thinking that they were doing 3-1 and they were doing 1-2?
I know.
Why are you not announcing it in reverse chronological order?
Hey,
Yeah, I'm not at the fucking ceremony.
Sorry. I thought you were announcing it.
So you're saying, what, Bruno 3rd?
Right, okay, yeah, I agree with him then. If he's put Bruno first, that's fine.
I think that one is
not even bothered.
It's not even a bias thing. That's just
No.
the right answer, isn't it?
It's just people trying to make something out of nothing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's got to be this, it's got to be that, because they're about to win the league. Or Bruno's just been the best player in the league. I don't think it's that controversial. I don't. I mean,
Just look.
David Ginola in '99.
Yeah. Just looking ahead to next season, do you think that Wilcox and Barada's jobs are on the line with this Michael Carrick appointment?
Yep.
If he's done before the end of the year, they're
It doesn't
gone.
matter if it's Michael Carrick or if it's fucking I'm Hard Mohammed Bruce Lee. It doesn't matter. Their jobs are on the line because they came in, backed the manager that was here, bought him some signings, fucked him off after about 3 months, brought somebody else in, backed him with a load of signings, fucked him off about 3 months afterwards, brought somebody else in. And then if this manager is not a success, at some point they're going to have to carry the can for that.
Do you think this is the one, Jay?
Probably the only reason they could get away with it, and it's a massive could. Like, I think Steve's probably right. Is if it's like, look, Carrick was the obvious choice. We didn't do anything strange here. We didn't go, let's go out a left field appointment and go for someone who you've never heard of. They went with the obvious one. He was successful in terms of his caretaker manager. The fans all loved him. He was good to work with. Ratcliffe likes him. We did what we should have done. It's just not worked out for reasons that no one could foresee. So they might have a chance of explaining that away and getting away with it. But this will be their 3rd mistake, if you can call it that, because of the Dan Ashworth thing, the Ten Hag thing. Well, it'd be the 4th actually, the Amorim appointment, and then this.
I mean,
I can't see Ratcliffe being too patient.
I think you have to add the stadium to it as well. So it's a big disgrace.
Right,
that's not on the director of football side of stuff, but yeah, in terms of Ineos, it's all on their rap sheet.
And I don't think Ratcliffe's the most patient man. It's not. Don't
Well,
worry about it, lads.
Really old billionaires, octogenarian billionaires, completely known for just.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We all make
Septuagenarian,
mistakes.
actually.
Yeah, we all make 4 mistakes
He
in
looks
a row.
104.
Yeah,
fuck
that's
off.
Do you your point there about Carrick was the obvious choice? I think by the time they appointed him, it was.
Yeah.
But the problem is, as you sort of referred to there, Steve, the 3 preceding mistakes are what led you to having to employ an interim manager
That's
with
a fair
15
point.
games to go. They gave Michael Carrick someone, whether, hopefully it all works out great, and I think it probably will do better than we've seen recently. But if it doesn't, they gave someone that wasn't equipped for the job the opportunity to make himself undeniable by their previous fuck-ups. So I don't think they get away with it because of that. I think it actually makes
they
them
probably
worse.
won't, but I'm just saying they might.
I
if
do
there's
get your
any
point.
case to be made, it might
Yeah.
be
They
like,
don't get
look,
any credit for it.
No,
that's
this,
fair.
we did what we thought was the
Yeah.
obvious thing, but yeah, right. All this has led to Michael Carrick has been a shambles.
Yeah.
There's no denying it. Even right to the point of interviewing behind Ten Hag's back, then sticking with him was a joke. Like, what we're doing.
It's mad, that, isn't it?
Oh my god.
I know. Well, we're excited though, aren't we?
Yeah.
You excited, Adam?
Yeah.
Do you think next season we'll do all right?
21's coming.
Good lad.
Huh?
21's coming next season.
Is 4 coming as well?
We'll do that next season.
Do that next year.
He doesn't want to come in and embarrass Fergie doing it all in his first.
That's a good
season,
point.
You know what I mean?
That'd
Yeah,
be
that's
rude.
true.
Respect the boss. What is it? 48 laws of power. Never outshine the master.
don't know, but I like it as a phrase.
Never outshine the boss.
I mean, someone's got
Never
it, haven't they?
outshine Sir Alex Ferguson. Something like that.
Never outshine the master.
There you go. I got it right the third
It's the
time.
first law from Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Always make your superiors feel comfortably superior. You know what I mean?
And then behind their back.
He's loading up the shotgun. Michael Carrick's going to be sporting director before we know what's going on. Can't wait.
Oh, this club's a fucking mess.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not a mess. We're not a mess.
Why
Really?
not?
We're not.
Have you updated your app ahead of Sunday?
My app.
Yeah.
Updated it.
You don't get the email.
What?
Got to update your app.
Really?
Oh, this club's a fucking mess. Sick of it.
Public safety announcement. Update your fucking app, apparently, or you're not getting in. So,
Anyway.
don't download your tickets unless you updated your app.
Lovely place to end the show there. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining us at home. Get your thoughts on Michael Carrick. Obviously, we spoke about him a lot, but it feels though this is the first week where it's done, innit? He's done. He's going to be the
Carrick,
next permanent manager.
Hard to believe it's not.
Fergie.